Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today I have one heck of a good upload to share with you to start this Saturday off with. Don't forget, Saturday Nightmares live stream, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you all there. But before we get into today's upload, a couple links. As you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, channel membership, and the merch to help the channel to continue to grow and go. Links to Patreon, PayPal, and channel membership are in the description below. Also, Dogman, Frightening Encounters, Volume 1 through 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeff Nadolny. Those audiobooks are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, links to which are also in the description as well. And finally, last but definitely not least, if you'd really like to help support this channel to continue to grow and go, simply subscribe. It doesn't cost you a cent. Click that like button. It takes half a second. If you don't want to miss out on any of the informative uploads I put out daily, click that bell icon, and folks, please leave a comment. Why? Well, because all of these things, they really do help this channel to continue to grow and go. And yes, they definitely do matter. Now, everyone, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's jump in to today's upload, shall we? All right, guys, we're going to start today's upload with a trip up to Horicon, New York, where Tom Mezek disappeared. I go with the Shofar. I blow it 3 times in sets of 3. So if you are familiar with what the Shofar is, I explain it in this upload a little bit, but it's supposedly supposed to either cast away or bring in. Tim Baker Kuhnbo used it numerous times, and he has had success with it. I'm just learning how to use it now and experimenting with it. So hopefully, eventually I can, I don't know, maybe catch some kind of footage with helps from the Shofar. But anyway, let's get into this. All right, guys, we are back in the Adirondacks where I live. Real quick, just show you. This is for my troll that says I don't live in New York. Back where Tom Mezek disappeared, November 15th, 2015. 11/15/15. Beautiful, beautiful day. It's about 50 degrees. December, what is it, 14th? Yeah, 14th. So it's December 14th. No snow. Last time I was up here, there was snow. It was like 28 degrees. It's just absolutely gorgeous today. I brought the Shofar with me. So I don't know if you guys can see the snow. This is the region right here where I caught that very strange magnetic sound, metallic sound. And very, very beautiful day. Quiet, still warm, unbelievable. But yeah, so I'm about 7 minutes in on the hike, going up to where I last blew the Shofar and where we heard that metallic noise. So I guess we'll hike a ways in, do it 3 times, blow the Shofar 3 times in 3 different places. Gotta be careful on these rocks. There's ice on the rocks. Let me spin the camera around. Hang on one second. So yeah, as you can see, There's ice on the rocks. Not too bad. That's part of the hill I gotta climb mountain. I'm like, that's ground level. Right here is ground level. And we are just at the base of this place. Some trees have fallen. Actually, it looks like rangers have been out here, to be honest. No. That tree broke, okay. So, here are the rocks that I was sitting at when I was narrating that experience, and something came flying through this section of woods. Blew apart a tree and then ran straight up into there. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is Horicon, New York. Tom Ezek disappeared. Hunter, missing 411. November 15th, 2015. Never to be found again. No foul play. No kind of any craziness. Human related. So I think we're past. Ooh. Pretty quiet. Now, something I wanted to say. What the hell's that? Nothing. Something I wanted to say. Last time, or a couple times a while ago when I was up here, I had said, whoa, it went dead silent. That day that I blew the shofar, wind stopped, dead silent. And that was not natural. Nothing like that happens in nature. How it occurred. But then a person was like, well, of course it's going to be dead silent when you're in the woods. The animals know you're there. And I'm like, that is the most asinine comment I've ever heard in my life. Like, you can hike through the woods, hear wildlife, and then when there's a predator nearby, it stops. So wild animals are not affected by us being in the woods as they are to a predator. I'm gonna stand here for a minute and listen. Look at that. Holy shit. It's almost, I don't know, it feels like something's off. Something, I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad feeling. But it's not a good feeling either. There's a wind, okay. I guess we'll do the shofar around here. Actually, we'll go up there and do it. What we got here? Some kind of little baby animal tracks. I ain't gonna be those YouTube channel researchers. That must be a dog, man. I'm just teasing. A lot of great encounters as of late. I kind of want to talk about the scientific thing, the Nick Van Drimeny thing. How scientifically, with paleo anthropologists and archaeologists, he proved that Neanderthal doesn't or didn't look like we assume they looked. That they look very much like what I said, Dogman. Then a subscriber was like, well, how you're explaining them would be how Victor would say a werewolf looked. True. But I was just going off of, you know, how it doesn't look like what we assume they look like, how it looks like similar to a Dogman, a werewolf. Another New York State trail marker for my troll out there that hates me because I won't have him on my channel. Whatever, buddy. But yes, if we look at it the way Victor told us werewolves look, yes, that would be very similar to a werewolf, not a Dogman. All right, I want to find a level kind of place, put this and do the shofar. I'm gonna hit pause for a minute, get to a spot. Hang on one second. All right, so I found a pretty decent level area. It's only about 20 feet from where I was initially. I'm gonna get the shofar out and blow it. Sorry about the wind picking up. Now, for those of you who are not familiar of why I'm doing this, Tim Kuhnbo-Baker, a researcher, worked for NASA, has been researching for, I'd say 50 years. He had experimented with the shofar as a way of bringing these creatures in. So we're gonna try it 3 times. Wait a few minutes. That was kind of a weak, I haven't practiced in a while. It's kind of a pain. It's a Jewish horn made out of goat horn. It can be really long, really small. They were used during the Battle of Jericho. Supposedly, they worked against or for with the Nephilim. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of different kinds of oh shit. Guys, I hear something. Hang on, I'm gonna flip the camera. Alright, there's something down here. I hear something walking. I just heard something walking through the woods here. So anyway, supposedly they were used dude, I literally, or guys, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say dude. I always say that when I get freaked out. I'm standing up there, I was right there, and I just heard like this. I don't know if you can hear that. The more I come here, the freakier it gets, to be frank with you. Oh man. Alright, so what I heard was kind of like footprints, or footsteps, excuse me. I wanted to put the shofar back in my bag and make sure I have access to the old boomstick. That's another thing I don't like talking about that on my channel. I do come out armed, but too many people talk about that like it's a what the fuck is that? I'm gonna turn the camera around. Hang on. All right, I keep hearing something coming from this way. It got really weird kind of up here after I blew that. I don't know why I do dumb shit like that, but go figure, right? Looks like a good spot to have my third spot right here. All right. That way I can keep the camera to the back of me. Let me raise the height of it up a little bit. Keep the camera to the back of me and blow it again. Or yeah, you guys will have my back. Hang on one second. All right, so I do keep hearing hunter rifles, because this is where Mezek was hunting. So it is hunting area, but it's coming from, it's far off in the distance. What would that be? Southwest of me? Yeah, southwest of me. 'Cause I'm more northeast. I'm in northeastern New York from my area. I don't know if that caught that, if you guys caught that or not. It's a faint kind of. All right, here we go. Second time, 3 tries. Dead silence. No, there's the bird. Gunshot, hunter gunshot. All right. I don't know, let's see how we do. Hope we can catch something. That'd be awesome. I can't believe how warm it is today, though. Really warm. I can tell you one thing: it's not as creepy as that day that I was up here and I caught that magnetic, or that metallic. Once again, magnetic. That metallic sound. Unbelievable sound. Very strange. Am I on the trail? Yeah, I am. Okay. Thought I got off trail. There we are. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Alright. Wind's gonna pick up. Wind's picking up now here. I hear some birds over there. Over that way. Wind's starting to pick up. Alright, I think we're pretty good. We're coming to the rock area where I had the trail cam set up too. I got a lot of new subscribers that may not have seen that film. I guess we'll talk about it later when we get home. But I think we'll do the last shofar blow. Where kind of everything occurred for me. Down here. There's the rocks that I was sitting at. So strange that. What the hell? Nah, that ain't nothing. That's nothing. So yeah, I was sitting on this rock right here. And on the opposite rock, the one with the moss, I had my camera. This is exactly where I heard that metallic noise, in this location. And right in that area, something smashed through those woods. I had my trail cam set up down there. Hear a tree moving from the wind. I guess this will be the last place we blow the shofar. And it's getting late. What is it? It's about 4:30. Alright, so hang on one second. Alright, so this is the first place I ever blew the shofar in the wilderness. We've done it twice, 2 sets of 3s. This is the 3rd set of 3s. So we're kind of following a trinity, I guess. Kind of do a spin around. Oh shit. What the fuck was that? That was not a gun. That was not a gun. That was a very deep, loud kind of thump. There's the trees. Dude, it is really freaky here now. I think I'm gonna head out. What the hell? I hope you guys heard that. This place gets weirder and weirder every time I come. I don't know if it's because I'm antagonizing whatever is up here or not, but maybe I should stop. But that sounded like this huge thump. I wonder if it was any relation to those metallic sounds, because it came from that way over there. It came from right in this area, but way out, way out, like way out that way. All right, I am gonna hike out of here. I'll talk to you guys when I get home. Jesus Christ. Guys, I literally, I'll explain when I get home. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Bye. All right, so now that I'm back home, I said I would say what freaked me out. As I'm standing there saying something, out of the corner of my eye, I hadn't turned around yet. Out of the corner of my eye, I quickly saw something move very rapidly. I'm not saying I don't know what it was. I looked back on the camera. I don't know. But something was there and then it was gone. And it was fairly close. But that's what freaked me out, you know. It was probably right around that area where I put my tree cam or trail cam. And I have no explanation. It did not appear to be, from what I can remember, or you know how when you see something very quickly and your brain tries to process what you see. I didn't process a Bigfoot or a Dogman. It was something just very quick and very dark. That's what I saw. And then as we are walking out, I did hear a few gunshots in the distance. And I did make mention of that. But then there was that loud kind of almost like damn, how can I explain it? It sounded like just this big, I guess, drum, like boom, but not a gunshot. Definitely not. And you can vaguely hear it in the video right as I say it. If you rewind or go back, you can hear it. Freaking cool trip though. It just gets sketchier and sketchier up there. And like I said in the video, I don't know if I'm antagonizing whatever's there. I honestly don't. I obviously we know there are Bigfoot and there are Dogmen in upstate New York in the Adirondacks. Many people have seen them. I've seen them, or I've seen, yeah. I've never seen a Bigfoot, but I've seen a Dogman. I don't think whatever happened to Tom Messick was Dogman or Bigfoot related. I truly believe with my heart of hearts that it was some sort of portal and something that we as humans can't explain right now. Something happened. He went into a portal, and that can only explain why we have never found any article of clothing, his rifle, his walkie. I mean, if he went in a portal and he's trying to use his walkie, we are not going to have any kind of reception, you know? Maybe he was sitting in a location and the portal opened where he was. There's something not right with that area. And, you know, I've caught stuff on camera. But I don't believe Tom Messick was attacked by Bigfoot, Dogman. I think that if he was attacked by any kind of creature, it would be something that came out of a portal. And I don't believe that these portals, I obviously Bigfoot and Dogman possibly use portals for travel, but I really honestly think that when these portals open, that something very sinister comes out, and I only think they're allotted X amount of time, and either they may die on our side or what, and then there's no kind of evidence of them being there. I don't know. It's crazy. I have some very interesting and terrifying encounters to share with you right now, though. Let's get into it. This took place when I was around 13. Myself, my brother, and my dad were hunting in a state park in Tennessee. We had permission to hunt there because there was an overpopulation of raccoon in the area. We'd been hunting for 3 or 4 hours before what happened took place. It had just rained, so any fresh scent would be easy to track for the dogs. It was a cloudy night, but the moon would poke out here and there. My dad was in the United States Army for 22 years, did a tour in Afghanistan, so he wasn't scared of much and knew what to do in sketchy situations. We had just set the dogs loose and turned off our light and waited for our dog to start barking on the scent. Soon after, the dogs picked up a scent. We listened for them to follow the trail till they abruptly just stopped. They had Garmin tracking devices on them that tracked the dogs. This is how the tracking system works. The dogs wear a collar that sends out signals back to the tracker. The tracker has a screen with a mapped out terrain of the surrounding area, with icons on the screen showing us where the dog is. We stuck glued to the screen, wondering what caused them to just stop barking, as we were watching the screen, I noticed that it had become quiet. No bug sounds, no frog sounds, or anything. Just silence. After 15-20 minutes, my dad told us to go in and get them because they might be chasing a raccoon into an armadillo hole, and so their barks would be muffled. We started walking toward the dog's location. It was about a half-a-mile hike over some steep hills and swamp. We got about 60 yards from where the dogs were when we heard what sounded like a train blowing through the woods. I looked at the tracker and saw that our dog's tracker had stopped tracking. My dad loaded his 12-gauge semi-auto shotgun and told us to stay close. I was carrying just a .22, and my dad told me to stay back while he stayed in front with my little brother in the middle, who was very scared at this point. I loaded my little 9-round magazine and stayed close to my dad. We got to where the other dog tracker was, and we saw her bloody corpse. Me and my dad looked at each other, and we both knew it was time to get out of there. And he gave us the WTF look. I nodded and took guard while my dad took the tracker off the dog. Soon after we had it off, we started backtracking back to the truck. After about 20 minutes going up and down hills and through a deep swamp, we get back to the truck and jump in. We get back to the main road and stop and look back at the tracker. The dog's tracker would pick up, then disappear. After a while, the batteries in the tracker became too weak to put a signal back to us. After that, I never went hunting at night again. Neither did my brother nor my dad. I didn't know what killed our dogs, but whatever it was big and tore through the brush and trees quick, like it was no problem for it to go through. I still have that memory always in the back of my head, and I think I always will. Tonight's second encounter. I grew up in the state of Michigan in a town called Port Austin near the Great Lake Huron. It's a small town with not too much to do besides pursue the mom and pop shops or go to a diner in the center of town and check out some cool classic cars at a show held once a week. Whenever I could, I chose to escape the mundane life and go to my dad's cabin in the neighboring city of Grindstone. It's a small county town with nothing much but woods and farmland perfect for hunting and fishing. At the time I was 14 and I went up for the weekend with my older brother, a Marine straight out of Iraq returning home that same weekend for a short hunting trip. My brother was tough as nails and not afraid of anything, but that day I would see a side of him I wouldn't soon forget. We took the ATV and headed out to a cornfield with an abandoned farmhouse. To set the scene, we were hunting pheasant in the cornfield that opens up to a clearing, and beyond that is dense woods. We enter from the opposite side, which is smaller, lighter, woodsy area, but has a trail where we park the ATV that leads out to the cornfield. We headed out fairly late at about 4 p.m. after fishing earlier that day, and hadn't had much luck, so we decided to head back around 7 p.m. We were in the abandoned farmhouse while I was exploring. My brother sat down on an old chair with a cigarette and called me over to the front to check something out. His face was pale and choked the words, "Look over there." I saw a huge wolf, maybe 300 yards in the clearing ahead of me, standing on its hind legs. This thing was massive and covered in thick black fur. I couldn't really see how tall it actually was from that distance, but its front legs looked huge and muscular, and an odd-shaped torso and long, slender hind legs. My brother told me to grab one of the shotguns, and when he heard it, it turned and looked directly at us, seeming to be leering slightly. It then took a few strides on its hind legs and went down on all fours and darted into the cornfield in the direction of our ATV. It was starting to get dark now, and the sky was a reddish-purple color. We decided to enter the cornfield from the furthest end, that is, where the wolf went into. I was on flashlight duty while he walked ahead of me with the shotgun, and the entire time it felt like we were being watched. And I swear I heard nearby rustlings and low growls and snarls when we would stop. Eventually, what was a 10-minute walk seemed to take an hour, and we made it to the trail where the ATV was parked. I started to calm down now that I could see my surroundings better, and that's when I heard this iconic horror movie cliche of a branch or twig snapping, followed by rustling in the cornfield behind us. I shined the flashlight in the patch of the stalks where I thought I heard the movement, and sure enough, I saw a pair of yellow eyes reflecting about 6.5 feet through the crack of the corn stalks. My brother screamed something, then it let out this loud, eerie howl that sounded like it was right in my ear. My brother fired once, hitting the top of the stalk, and told me to hightail it to the ATV and get it started. I started it, and when I felt him jump on the back after me, I punched the throttle and floored it across the access road and onto the main road that cuts through town. I looked behind me once, and I saw this huge black mass dart across the road quickly from out of the cornfield and into the darkness of the woods. We headed back to our house in town that night and did not return until about 12 p.m. the next day to collect our things from the cabin, still nerved. I had always heard of rumors of the Michigan Dogman, but I always thought it was just an old wives' tale, like the boogeyman that my dad told me about to scare me when I was a kid, or some state urban legend like Skunk Ape of Florida, a chupacabra. To this day, my brother and I talked about it over some beers, but it was definitely a scary experience for both of us. I still go hunting in those parts to this day, but have not seen anything since, and I hope I never do. Tonight's next encounter. For some context, I'm a 28-year-old man, and my dog is about 1. She's a small dog that doesn't bark very often, and is usually on the quieter side. The area this experience happened is a remote place in Scotland with a few towns, but mainly countryside. So now that I've gotten the context, here's what happened. Where I live is mainly forest trails and the type with a car park and many cyclists. Some have less visitors, some have more, it really depends. Now this trail I had taken, the space for about 2 or 3 cars, but I was the only one there. I remember when I pulled up to this place, I had dread in my stomach, almost as if something was telling me to go back home. I thought it was weird, but I thought it was because it was 7 p.m. and getting dark with a Scottish winter. Now, when I say it was dark, I don't mean pitch black. I mean mostly dark, with a bit of light, so no need for a torch. Anyway, I get me and my dog out of the vehicle and went on the trail. The first 5 minutes of the walk went by fine, but after that my dog started whining, as if saying, "Let's get out of here." I ignored her, because she had not went to the bathroom yet. As we kept going along, the whines turned into growls, as she was looking into a shaded spot of the forest. I saw her eyes gaze to a particular spot as I followed her eyes to where she was looking. This thing had the structure of a human, but looked very similar to a wolf. It had pure, blood-red eyes, which were easy to see in the darkness. I think I saw claws on it, but I'm not sure. But it was just those eyes peering into my soul. I reacted quickly, picking up my dog while running the 5-minute walk in about 2. The creature did not follow, nor did he even have a reaction to me and my dog. I don't know what this thing is, but it didn't seem like it wanted to cause us any harm. Wolves are not seen around here, especially ones with red eyes standing up. It has been 3 days and I still struggle to sleep, but safe to say, I will be taking my dog to a different park from now on. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed today's upload as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. I hope to see you all at tonight's live stream, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, thank you for supporting this channel. Your support is truly what makes this channel so special and what makes the channel continue to grow and go. The community you guys have created in the comment section is honestly second to none. The amount of respect and courtesy and class that you guys have with support as well, it's just amazing. It really is. And it is appreciated. Guys, please stay safe, happy, healthy, and ever vigilant. Keep an eye on our children, our pets, our family, and friends. These creatures are real, they are out there, and they are dangerous. If we share a little bit of information, that same information that we share here with each other on a daily basis, it may just save their life someday. Until next time, God bless you all.